This gear is called Crescendo the Soul Stealer. It's currently completely broken. When functional, clicking swings the sword, double-clicking lunges. Pressing E fires an Insta-Kill projectile, which homes toward the closest player if you fire it within 175 studs of one. Killing targets will extract their souls, which heal you, and the sword can hold up to 7 of at once. And pressing X consumes the stored souls, firing one large projectile from the character for each soul consumed. However, these projectiles do not extract souls, you cannot kill R15 targets when extracting their souls, and you cannot collect the souls if your character is R15. For more information, keep watching. Crescendo the Soul Stealer looks like a black and orange sword made from stone and lava. The orange handle is wrapped in grey string, and there are orange symbols along the blade. Embedded in each face of the guard is a yellow and orange eye, and protruding from each side of the guard are 3 curved spikes. When in use, the sword appears held in your character's hand. It's around as tall as your character. The tool is sold for an average price of 151,996 Robux, and has the medieval and horror genres. Its attribute is melee, and the description says, "Forged with fiery flames and a demon's eye, the Crescendo ascends from its ancient sleep with a thundering tone." The in-game icon is a tilted image of the sword. It has no tooltip. When equipped, the base of the blade emits red fire. Like most gear, Crescendo the Soul Stealer is droppable. The gear is currently broken and does nothing. However, this is how it would function if it were fixed. The first way to use the gear would be to equip it. Your walk speed would change to 18, and your cursor would change to the target symbol. While the sword would be equipped, your health regeneration would be increased by 0.25 health points. Any humanoid that would touch the sword that is not you and is not on your team would take damage, heal your character by 2.5 health points, and have their walk speed set to 9 for 1.25 seconds before being set to the default speed of 16. If they had 45 or more health points, they would take 25 points of damage. Otherwise, if they did not have anything named Decimate script in their character, they would be affected by the sword's finisher attack. This finisher attack would set their walk speed to 0, destroy any tool they had equipped, set them on fire, and raise them into the air for 2.75 seconds before killing them. The sword would have a number stat called Soul Counter. When a target would be killed by its finisher attack, this counter would increase by 1 up to a maximum value of 7, and a ball of fire would appear at the target's location. This ball of fire would disappear after 12.25 seconds and move toward you at a speed of 55. If it hit you, it would disappear immediately, and you would heal 10 health points plus the total amount of health the target had before they were killed, up to 100 health points more, for a total possible amount of 110 health points. Unequipping the sword would set your walk speed to the default speed of 16. The second way to use the gear would be to click with it equipped. If you do not click again within 0.2 seconds, you would slash with the sword. If you do click twice within 0.2 seconds, your character would perform a lunge attack, lunging in the direction of where you clicked at a speed of 50 for 0.75 seconds. The cooldown for lunging would be 1.25 seconds, and during this time, your cursor would change to the reloading target symbol. The third way to use the gear would be to press the E key. If there is a player character within 175 studs of the tool that is not you, 4 homing balls of fire would appear at 0.25 second intervals, 4 studs in front of you, and target the nearest player character. On contact with the target, they would immediately disappear, and if the target does not have anything named Decimate script in their character, they would be affected by the sword's finisher attack. Otherwise, each ball of fire would disappear after 15 seconds. If there is no player character within the given distance, and so no target would be selected, a ball of fire would appear 4 studs in front of your character, moving at a speed of 150 in the direction of where your cursor was pointing when you pressed E. If a humanoid that is not you and is not on your team touches the projectile, and they do not have anything named Decimate script in their character, they would be affected by the sword's finisher attack and the projectile would disappear. Otherwise, it would disappear after 15 seconds. The cooldown for pressing E with the sword would be 20 seconds, and you would also be unable to use this feature during the lunge cooldown. The fourth way to use the gear would be to press the X key. If the soul counter stat would be 0, red text would appear at the top of your screen reading, "You need souls to unleash the soul blast. Frag enemies to collect up to 7 souls and unleash the soul blast." This text would disappear after 7.5 seconds, or if you unequip the tool. However, if the soul counter stat would be higher than 0 when pressing the X key, your walk speed would be set set to 10 and your character would put their hands together. Then, after 1.25 seconds, your walk speed would be set to 18, and a number of flaming projectiles equal to the soul counter stat would appear around your character, traveling outward at a speed of 75. Each projectile would have a hitbox of 6 by 33 by 6 studs, and disappear after 5 seconds. Every humanoid who would touch a projectile that is not you and is not on your team would take any amount of damage higher than 7.7. The projectiles would appear at equal angle intervals around your character, with the first facing forward. The cooldown for using this feature would be 42 seconds after the projectiles appear, and you would also be unable to use this feature during the lunge cooldown. Killing a player with the gear in a game that has KOs would give you one. A number of flames equal to the sword's soul counter stat would fly around your character when the tool would be equipped. Changing the soul counter stat would replace these flames. Unfortunately, if your character is R15, you would not be able to raise the soul counter stat or heal from the finisher attack, and the finisher attack would not affect R15 targets apart from setting them on fire. However, if your character is R6, you would still be able to heal and raise your soul counter stat from them with a 15-second cooldown for each target. So is Crescendo the Soul Stealer worth getting? I do not believe so. Although the gear is very powerful when functional, no gear is worth its average price of over 150,000 Robux, and it currently does not work. If you have any other gear you want me to review, let me know in the comments. That is all for this review. Bye.